Hey there! Today I'm going to share with you how I cut and transplanted a giant jade plant that's over 40 years old. Last year, my aunt gave me a garden tour around her house, and this jade tree blew my mind. This is so big. This is huge. This is giant. Just for look at my fist on the stem of this jade plant. I decided to push my luck and ask my aunt if I could have a cutting from her giant jade tree, and she said yes. The transplant process wasn't going to be a piece of cake. Oh, no, not. But it's pretty cool when you have to use one of these to cut a succulent. This jade tree is giant, and my aunt is gonna let me cut off this big trunk. Here we go. Just like they do in the forest, I'm going to make 2 cuts in on a triangle to try to get it to fall towards me. We'll see how that goes. Jade plants retain a lot of water, so I knew the saw would cut through it easily. Okay. The process still took some time though, because I had to make multiple cuts to make sure I could bring it down safely. It's ready. Oh my gosh, success! Look at that, Terry, I got it. Woo! Woo! Look at that jade tree. This is amazing. Woo! Oh my gosh, I'm like, this is like better than any present I've gotten in a long time. Thank you, Terry.
You're welcome.
Okay, now we gotta figure out how to get this thing down. Okay, we got it down the first step there, and now I gotta try to get it all the way out of here. It's a little bit heavier than I thought. I'd say close to 100 pounds at least. Okay, ready? Proper squat technique needed here. Okay, let me know if I'm gonna hit anything, Terry. I think it's pretty good though. How am I looking?
So far so good. Go slow.
Oh man. Big step. Whoa. Got it. I got it. My aunt hopped in my car to help me carefully load the jade tree inside.
The biggest.
That's the big part. Oh my gosh, it's huge. Okay. There we go. Oh. I know I'm gonna lose some branches here. Yeah, I'm in. I'm gonna push. Okay. I'm holding it. That's good. Oh, it's perfect. It's holding. In this moment, I realized the plant was bigger than my aunt. All right, that's a mission success. Look at that thing. It's huge. I got this giant jade tree back home, but it's been in my car for the last 3 weeks, and that's because a family member of mine wasn't doing so well. And sometimes plants aren't the priority when there's people that you care about involved. So now everything's going a lot better, thankfully, and I can get this thing out of my car and put it where I want it to go. Because this jade tree was left in the car so long, some of the smaller branches have started to wither a little bit. I've already taken some off here, but generally the bigger stuff is doing just fine and firm. These jade plants are super resilient and can chill for a while without needing to be transplanted. Even though a lot of these branches have fallen off during transport or because the jade tree has been in the car so long, it's actually a pretty good thing because now I'm gonna have all these little starter jade trees and cuttings, which is awesome because I can never have enough of these plants. Just to give you an idea of how big this jade tree is, it's 7 inches across the widest part of this bottom. That is huge. It's like 4 of my arms put together. Time to get this jade tree out of my car, and I've decided I'm gonna set it on this wheelbarrow. Here we go. Oh boy. Oh, this still weighs like 100 pounds. Jeez Louise. I'm gonna go sideways with it and see if it'll balance comfortably and not break. You're not gonna break, right? No. Oh, perfect. Oh, no, not perfect, not perfect. Okay. Let's go this way a little more. There we go, not going anywhere. Look, that's great. I've decided to put the new jade tree here where this jade plant is. And the reason I'm gonna go with that is because it's mostly shady throughout the day, which is really important because, well, that jade tree has been in the dark in my car for a while. I happen to have a yellow pot that was a little big for this jade plant, but would work. Next, it was time to wheel the jade plant over and make a plan. When I transplant this jade tree, I want the base of this Y here that you see above the soil level. And that doesn't give me a lot of room to work with here. So what I'm gonna have to do is put a couple anchor supports to keep this down in the soil without the whole thing tipping over. I filled the pot with soil to about what seemed like the right depth. My grandpa has this walker that, thank goodness, he doesn't need to use, and it's actually gonna be the perfect thing for me because it'll go right here above the pot. I'll be able to set the jade plant down and it'll rest on this soft cushion here and allow me to get it stabilized with these posts. I even have a couple pieces like this metal rebar just to hold the jade plant in place until it roots itself into its new home. Wish me luck. Here we go. Okay. Hey, there we go. And my Y is going to be above the pot line, which is good. I'm going to fill it up with soil and then get the braces in there, and hopefully that goes okay. My original plan of putting these on the sides and supporting it like a tree isn't gonna work like I thought it would. I think I'm gonna be better off and more successful using rebar to put that in and hold it up and kind of like put it where I need to go to apply pressure. So I'm gonna find as much of this random rebar I have laying around, maybe use some strong long sticks. And the whole point of that is it'll hold it in place until this bad boy develops some roots, which I don't think is gonna take very long because it's such a big, strong plant. Oh, I'm gonna need another one. That didn't hold it up. One is not gonna do the trick here. Oh boy. Maybe I'm in a little bit of trouble, but we'll see. I've got some bamboo, I've got some actual like vegetable gardening stakes and a good old stick. I'm gonna use everything I got. I did my best using my thrown together support supplies to hold the jade tree in place. While doing this, I spotted a major issue with this plant that you'll see coming up. All right, I got her stabilized pretty nicely, and when I get it watered in, I'm sure it's gonna be even better. I'm really confident that it's going to root pretty well because some of these branches are already rooting anyways, so I think this plant is ready for some water and is gonna be really happy in its new home. I'm not done yet, unfortunately. I've got to cut back some of these branches that rotted by sitting in the car for so long. As you can see, it goes down in there pretty deep, and unless I cut this off and let it callus like I did with the bottom, there's a chance that this could rot down into the plant and create some problems. So I'm going to cut off all of the pieces that I think are a little troublesome and get this thing in a place where I'll feel comfortable knowing that it's not going to rot. Everything I cut back looked fine except for this area right here. Right there is a little concerning because it's connected to this big branch that goes out this way. And I'm gonna try to scoop out the rot and hopefully it doesn't go too deep, and then I'll let it dry and see how it goes. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm seeing green in there and I've seen worse survive. All right, time to water this baby in. Just nice and slow, nice and slow. I don't want to overwater it and really get one side too wet and then it starts to slip on me here. It's been a full 24 hours since the transplant and the jade tree is still standing. The rot that I scooped out has really dried out nicely and I don't see that being a problem anymore. That's looking good. You can still see that some of the branches are going downwards and the leaves as well, and that's because it was in my car the whole time. And jades, like every other type of plant, for the most part, are going to reach for the nearest light. So as time goes on, it's gonna start pointing up. This jade is gonna get its figure. It's gonna look really good. In about a few weeks, maybe a month, I'll be able to take these stakes out here once the roots have really formed and got going to lock it into place on its own. I'll be doing a garden tour here in a month or two where I'll update everybody on the status of this and then show all of my other awesome plant projects and gardens. So stay tuned, subscribe if you want. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.